Okay. Do you just want to start off with saying who you are?
Sure. Yeah.
I'm Coach Pete. I was the head ball coach at LSU from 1999 to 2012, when Obama stepped in and made things difficult. And this is my counterpart.
Coach Ian. I was the offensive line coach at Michigan State from 2004 to 2013, actually.
No.
You
were spared from Obama.
I was close with Obama, and we actually, in large part, we play a lot of
Obama's music.
a lot of his music on the show.
Yeah.
We are big fans.
I came around to Obama after he removed me as head ball coach from LSU in 2012. He dropped a mixtape.
He dropped a mixtape.
Since then, my opinion on Obama has changed dramatically.
Yeah. So much so, I mean, initially you were like, this guy's a great rapper. You're telling me he has a political career. I didn't know much about that. That's not really my thing. When I was at Michigan State, I was a lot more interested in the big dog on the O-line.
Right. Not much politics.
I think they actually turned me on to Obama's music.
Did they?
Yeah, they did. NBA Obama, he goes by.
It's a good rapper name.
Yeah.
Obama. They don't know. Many people don't know about his political career actually prior to his famous mixtape.
Yeah.
NBA Obama.
Great stuff. But yeah.
What's your show? Where did the name come from?
That's a wonderful question. Well, our show's 3rd and 18, the radio show, of course, formerly known as 2nd and 14. We had a bad snap on 2nd down. First down, we tried to run like a screen. It got blown up.
It was bad. Lost 4 yards.
I was pissed at the O-line for that one.
It was really bad.
And 2nd down, we just
tried to run a draw play.
It was
hammered in the backfield.
It was awful.
Another 4-yard loss, and so now we're at 3rd and 18.
We'll cook something up though. We're gonna get that first.
3rd and 18, we're gonna get the first down.
We're gonna get the first down.
It's gonna be okay. 3rd and 18 is very manageable.
It's manageable. Who knows?
Who knows? I have faith.
Yeah, of course.
Cool. Well, what kind of music do you play? What do you talk about on your show?
Well, we do 3 things chiefly. I'd say 3.
There's three relevant things.
What do you do?
3 things.
So first of all, we play the hits. That's first and foremost. We play the hits. It's a lot of. We listen to a lot of indigenous Italian artists.
Yeah, that was a big thing.
That was a big thing.
Big thing for us. The Beastie Boys won that award, the first annual indigenous Italian.
3rd and 18, the radio show formerly known as 2nd and 14. Best indigenous Italian artist award.
Beastie Boys.
It went to the Beastie Boys.
Friends of the show, for the record.
Friends of the show.
Friends of the
show. The Beastie Boys. Shout out the Beastie Boys.
Yeah,
we play the hits. So that's the first thing.
We also answer our wonderful listeners' burning questions.
Yes,
we do that.
Many listeners of the show.
Many.
We're not licensed therapists, but we do have a very strong polyamorous community that listens to us, and their relationship troubles are quite complicated. It's almost a football type scheme. How they go about their relationship dynamics. So they send us their burning questions, which we answer on the show live. We give them our best advice.
Can you give us an example of a recent question you answered?
Ooh.
Yeah, so
recent question.
A listener last night actually was asking about the use of umbrellas, actually.
Yeah, he this guy called in, he said he was feeling emasculated by using an umbrella, but he doesn't like getting wet. And I think that's something that many men face. It's wet out. You want to stay dry.
Right, you want to stay dry.
You feel silly carrying around an umbrella. Let's be frank here.
Right, like imagine you walk into the building, and you gotta close.
Yeah, you gotta close. Come on, what are we doing here, coach? What are we doing here, coach?
Puts it off there.
Yeah.
I mean,
what would you do if one of your wide receivers walks into camp late? He's carrying an umbrella.
He's in the locker room, right?
Come on, we can't have that. Come on.
I would cut him on the spot.
Yeah.
Yeah, but other than that, just general nesting partner issues and all the sorts of likes that come from our delightful polyamorous listeners.
Yeah,
What was the third thing?
The third thing.
Well,
Of course,
Of course, we're
we
investigative.
do three things
come
on the show. The third thing is investigative journalism.
That's
so,
big.
You know,
big
our
for us.
credentials are in football and music mostly, but we have taken off our investigative journalism, recently after the breaking up of a local band. Actually,
You may have heard of them.
you may have heard of them. Serious Goose.
Yeah,
They broke up. They broke up. I don't know if our listeners know. They should because it was a very big deal. But when that happened,
we needed to get to the bottom of it.
we needed to get to the bottom of this. And,
Yeah.
and how exactly did Serious Goose broke up? I mean, they were so serious, and alas, they broke up. And so we weren't happy with the answers that the mainstream
No.
media was giving us
We were
as
not.
far as why Serious Goose broke up. And so that really launched our investigative journalism career. And so that is the third component of our show, is we do rigorous, boots on the ground investigative journalism.
Scientific, if you will.
It's very scientific.
And it sort of did it not, Coach Pete. Initially, with the murder of the local College Hill turkey.
Oh yes.
Yeah. Another such animal of the Bavarian kind.
But what people don't realize is that these things are all connected, and
That's what they're not putting together.
That's what they're not telling you at the mainstream media, and that's what well, we need independent media like 3rd and 18, the radio show formerly known as 2nd and 14, to really get the truth out to all of the local community, because what we have found has dire consequences for the entire Brown Providence community, and even on the global scale.
Yeah, no, we're going global.
We're going global. It's
global.
a slow and steady process, but we need to save the Brown community first before we can move our sights to the greater picture, which is saving America and
The world, frankly.
the world, frankly.
Right. Well, can you give us an example of any recent findings you've had
We
with
had a
investigative
finding.
journalism?
A caller called in last night and said, they had a lovely BSR poster in
Right.
the room.
They're a
Of
huge
course.
fan of Brown Student Radio.
Huge fan of Brown Student Radio. They listen every week.
They're
I mean, come
cultured,
on.
right? They
Right.
know where to listen to. They
Yeah.
like good music, right? They're a very esteemed citizen of this local community, and so they had a Brown Student Radio poster right on their wall.
Windows open,
Windows open.
as you do.
As
I
you
mean,
do.
it's come on, it's nice out.
There's not usually
gotta get that cool
air
air.
conditioning. You want to save the money on the heat, so you have the window open, right?
And tell what happened, Coach Tree. What happened to that?
Their
poster?
Brown Student Radio poster blew off the wall.
Who did this?
And
Who did this?
This was the first question. See, the lamestream media, right? Their first
Lame stream.
lame
The lamestream media.
lamestream media.
Lamestream media.
Their first reaction was, "Oh, it was the wind."
It was
right?
the wind.
Likely.
That's
right?
what they want you to
what
think. That's what they want you to think.
That's what they want. That's exactly what they want you to think. But
We asked the big questions.
we asked
here.
the big questions.
Who did this?
We opened our third eye and
Opened our third eye.
and
Hopped in my Hellcat with Coach Pete.
yeah and
Whipping
we have
around.
a lot of-
I'm so sorry. I need to cut you. I'm dying behind the camera, and I can't stop laughing. Hold on.
Well, we're being entirely serious. I don't.
No, it's just me.
Is
there
this,
a problem?
Is this funny?
Are you in cahoots with WBRU?
You gotta record.
You gotta
Did you
record all
stop
of
recording
this.
or no?
It's just still recording.
This is our tell-all.
I'm so sorry.
No,
Let's
that's
start.
fine.
Let's start from the
That's
beginning.
okay.
Let's start from the beginning. It
Yeah.
all started when Serious Goose broke up, right? And what we realized was that we took a visit to the WBRU studio, and
The Chamber of Evil,
and
shrouded in secrecy.
what we found
Whoa.
will shock you. So first of all, there was the first the hint of nefarious activity was the pink bow tie. Coach, do you want to tell them about the pink bow tie?
It's always the pink bow
It's
tie,
always the
isn't it?
pink bow tie.
You'll see. We discovered after whipping around town in the Hellcat, we went to the scene of the crime of the turkey.
Right.
What was left there?
Pink bow tie.
Pink bow tie.
Obviously. You might be
Coincidence?
wondering,
I think not.
Who's wearing the pink bow tie? The pink bow tie was found at the WBRU studio, right the day after Serious Goose broke up. That same pink bow tie was found at the scene of the college turkey's murder. Of course, they tried to cover it up, right, and say that, oh, the turkey's fine, it's still wandering around. No.
That's what they want you to
That's
think.
what they want
Yet
you to
again,
think.
open your third eye. And finally,
It's actually
this whole thing about
one
the
you
weather.
see walking around is a CCP operative.
Oh, that's another thing.
But
CCP's coming after us now.
The CCP is a really a tertiary,
It's a minor threat compared to the
tertiary threat
WBRU.
compared to
Let's be honest
WBRU.
here.
Look, the WBRU is in cahoots with the one-legged pigeon. Now you might be wondering, who's the one-legged pigeon and how do you identify the one-legged pigeon? Well, I would say if you spot any nefarious activity around campus, and especially if you find the pink bow tie, you can bet your bottom dollar that the one-legged pigeon is behind that. Because what we discovered after reviewing documents given to us by a friend of the show, right, from University Hall, actually say that Christina Paxton, president of Brown University, actually gave away the rights to the weather machine to the WBRU. And so it's obvious, you know, it's sure it's the wind, but you might want to
Ask the deeper question.
Ask the deeper question.
Who was doing the wind?
Who was doing the wind? And it became obvious, actually, that the WBRU in this one-legged pigeon, right, with the pink bow tie, actually have full control of the weather machine now. And you might be thinking, well, this is great. They're gonna like make it snow now, and it's gonna stay on the ground. Wrong.
Not gonna happen.
Wrong. These people hate us. These people hate fun. These people are the drainers of everything good and true in this fine world, and they'll not let it snow. It will be sludge. It will be windy. It will be raining, because we let WBRU have access to the weather machine. And Christina Paxton is absolutely complicit in this.
She's complicit. We did some investigative journalism. We went to University Hall. What did we find in there?
What do we find?
Breadcrumbs.
Brown breadcrumbs.
Breadcrumbs.
And so here's what the lamestream media wants you to think. They want you to think, oh, Christina Paxton, right? She's right next to the Blue Room, right? She lives on University Hall, right? So she
probably got a muffin. She's probably eating a muffin.
This is what the mainstream
That's
media
what
thinks.
they want you to
That's what
think.
they want you to think. They want you
No.
to think that she got
They lie.
a nice muffin from the Blue Room, took it back to her office, and you know it's rather difficult to eat, like kind of punch at it with your mouth, and it gets a little messy, and that's what they want you to think. But in reality.
What good?
In reality,
Yeah, wait, how do you eat a muffin?
Yeah, run that back. How do you eat a muffin?
yeah, so you kind of stab at it.
You got to punch at it with your mouth.
You gotta stab at it. With
We
your
actually
mouth.
did a
It's-
survey on the show, and our listeners were writing in that's probably actually the most advantageous, desirable way to eat a muffin. This is
beside the point.
beside the point. This is how they're trying to distract.
This is trying how to distract you, because the one-legged pigeon with the pink bow tie absolutely had a meeting with Christina Paxton, and I don't know if it was a fair meeting or if it was a coercive meeting, but the rights to the weather machine have been turned over to the WBRU, they're absolutely in cahoots with the one-legged pigeon, and they have Christina Paxton on their side now. And the consequences for this are going to be a disaster for the community. And I think any respectable, well-informed citizen ought to stand up to WBRU and their collusions with this one-legged pigeon and their coercion of Christina Paxton. And we as a community ought to put a stop to this. And this wouldn't be possible without this independent media that is 3rd and 18, the radio show formerly known as 2nd and 14 on 101.1 FM BSR. Mondays at 12 a.m.
At 12 a.m. And I should say, in all of this, the institution that is fighting for what is good and true is the Brown Student Radio.
Absolutely. For the record.
That should be known.
It's time to uninvite your friends from WBRU from polite society. They're no longer welcomed.
They're not playing a fair and honest game.
If they tell you that they don't know anything about this, they're lying to you. Your friends are lying to you. They're gaslighting you. They don't know what's best for you.
We at the BSR, we know what is good and true.
We know what's good and true. We know what's best for you. We know what's best for the community. So we plead that the community takes this tell-all very seriously and puts a stop to the scheming, conniving activities of the one-legged pigeon and WBRU.
Okay, that somehow kind of brings me to my next question. How long have you been at BSR, and when did you join BSR?
That's a great question.
That's a great question.
It's a great question. Well, I mean, there we were on second down. You know, We thought, the first down, we didn't really have that much momentum. We thought we could run an effective screen pass.
Yes.
I had confidence in our own line. Coach, he has a lot of talent on the offensive, skill players, wide receivers.
Right.
We thought that we have a great design set up.
We did.
And we
really did.
We lost 4 yards.
We did.
And that's really what it comes down to. You got to ask the big questions. What could we have done differently? But I think, frankly, ask okay, why did we lose 4 yards?
Right.
Who did this?
Is it because we're not good enough?
I seriously doubt. I seriously
don't think that's the case.
I spent a decade and a half in East Lansing. You were down there on the bayou. We know ball.
We know ball.
We know ball.
We know ball. So not to jump to any conclusions.
We're investigative journalists. We're empirically grounded. We know our stuff.
And we're actually correct.
We are correct. We know what's good and true.
99% of the time.
That's true.
And, it became obvious that after watching the Harvard-Brown game and watching Brown, quite frankly, throw the game on the first play, it was obvious that that screen pass that went awry took us to 3rd and 18, the radio show formerly known as 2nd and 14. Maybe it wasn't our own ineptitude that brought that out. Maybe there was a scheme. Maybe there was a collusion. And, these are the sorts of things that we find out on our show very frequently. And most of our listeners are very tuned in to world events.
It's true.
They come out of the show knowing more than they knew going into the show,
right.
And that's why we have such a faithful listening base.
Sometimes they say your show, it's too strong. I come out, I know so much more. How do I? This hurts my mind. I know so much more now. We say we know.
We know.
We are that talented.
We know.
Right. So, can you give me a time frame for how long you've been at BSR?
Sure.
Well, you got to go back to the second down throw. On the second down throw, we really thought we had an effective screen running. It just didn't really turn out how we would have liked it.
It didn't work out.
But that's the point. Why? Why would that have
Why would that have happened?
We're not sure.
We're really not sure.
We're going to get to the bottom of it, though.
Okay. Perfect. So, what's your favorite part about radio? Without going into any schemes or anything about WBRU.
Yes. Radio. You listen to the hits. I think it's very important to give the indigenous Italian voices a space to be heard on the radio.
Beastie Boys.
We played
friends
Beastie
of the show.
Boys. We've played 100 Gex before. And we play lots of 100 Gex actually.
Lots of 100
Some of
Gex.
our favorite indigenous Italian artists.
Probably like
right
top 20 indigenous Italians.
Oasis.
Oasis,
also
known
incredible
Italians.
indigenous Italian artists.
We were playing. Now these two actually work together. Lil Pump and John Coltrane. We were playing last night. Great indigenous Italian artists.
We had a brief stint as DJs, and that's how Brown Student Radio actually recruited us to do a radio show. Is we had some famous mashups. Lil Pump and John Coltrane. And 100 Gex and Oasis, and they loved it so much they had to have us on the show. And
Can you play one for us?
Oh, absolutely.
Can you play one for us today?
Someone's in the studio right now, but
and we were like, no, we're retired. We're done after winning 6 consecutive nights. They begged us to come
out
on
of
the show.
retirement.
They begged us. We said we're not interested.
Yeah,
but then we realized the threat of the WBRU.
We realized that there's this existential threat, and when there's an existential threat, that'll really take you out of retirement, especially when you have the skills, resources, and faithful following to resolve said existential threat. And it was just absolutely imperative that we came out of retirement.
I think who was it? It was Jane Goodall, known friend of the show.
Known friend of the show.
May she rest in peace. She was like, this is crucial for you gentlemen to put your elite ball knowledge on display at the BSR, and even though you clearly are well above it, your minds and intellects are far beyond what anyone else really, frankly, can comprehend. This is something of the utter.
Is that a direct
importance.
quote? Is that a direct quote?
From Jane Goodall,
yes.
known friend of the chimpanzees. It's true.
Perfect. Okay. Well, can you tell us your favorite show? Like, what has been a memorable moment on your show?
Ooh.
Well, that would take us back to before this fateful screen passed on 2nd and 14. Prior to 3rd and 18, the radio show formerly known as 2nd and 14. We were just 2nd and 14. And, well, there was an episode, we made the mistake of reaching out to Dean Weiler, Dean of Focus Groups and Academia at Harvard, and well, they suggested that we do some focus groups, right, to see what people thought about the show. And
we should have seen through that.
we should have seen through that. It was an obvious WBRU plight, scheme.
That one-legged pigeon.
And
He sure
one-legged
is.
pigeon was probably behind it as well, but we didn't know about that at the time. We hadn't found the bow ties. But basically, what happened was the focus groups, these corrupt focus groups, they said that Coach Ian wasn't a valuable part of the show, and they actually kicked Coach Ian.
They sent me to the woods.
They sent Coach Ian to the woods one episode, and Dean Weiler replaced Coach for a few minutes there on the show. But Coach, what happened when you were in the woods?
I was in the woods for a week. It was very cold, damp.
Yes.
I befriended a raccoon.
What was his name?
What was his name?
Was it Rocket by chance?
It was not Rocket.
It was not Rocket.
It was not Rocket.
No.
No.
Friend of the show, though.
Friend of the show.
Shout out Rocket Raccoon.
Rocket Raccoon, known supporter of the show.
3rd and 18, the radio show.
3rd and 18, the radio show formerly
known as
known-
2nd and 14.
2nd and 14. And I befriended this raccoon, and ultimately, raccoons have a very persuasive a way of getting you to understand directions. And I myself, I may be directionally challenged, but that's my only setback.
Yes.
Only.
And
But the raccoon helped me find my way back to the BSR. And on my way back,
You got hungry.
I got hungry. I had to eat the raccoon. Terrible.
Terrible.
But I walked by the hideous crypt of the WBRU over there on Benevolent
It
Street.
sends shivers down my spine, Coach, even thinking about
Oh,
it.
God. It's evil manifest, frankly.
Yes. And we didn't know that they were behind this plot to replace Coach
No.
at the time. But fortunately, Coach clawed his way back into the studio from the woods and replaced Dean Weiler, a nefarious operative of the WBRU and the CCP. And he was back on the show, and that was definitely
It's good to be back.
my favorite episode.
Good to be back.
It was good to see, the good guys win for once. It wasn't like The Empire Strikes Back.
No.
It wasn't like Coach Ian got sent out of the woods and never came back. No. He clawed his way back.
It's true.
He got directions to the raccoon. He unfortunately had to eat the raccoon. I'm sure it was very tasty though. But anyways, it was good to have him back on the show. Replace the the focus group minded CCP operatives.
We were playing Ben Steller.
Yeah.
Ben Steller.
Fear of Heights.
Fear of Heights, known friend of the show.
Known
that Ben
friend
Steller.
of the show. Many friends of the show.
Many friends.
Yeah.
Who are some other friends of the show? Well, I think the rapper and I'm told President of the United States, Barack Obama.
Also known as NBA Obama.
NBA Obama.
That's his rap
Never
name.
broke again.
You might know NBA Obama for his music, but many don't know that he was actually president he was a 2-term president.
2.
2 terms. It's a lot.
Well, wow.
That's at least 5 minutes.
It's been like 30 minutes, but it's okay. Well,
You're not going to be able to cut that down at all.
it's okay. Okay, well, speaking of Harvard, do you want to talk very briefly about your investigation at Harvard,
Yes,
Brown?
of course.
That hideous sore on the Charles River at Harvard.
Yes. So,
Terrible.
Essentially, one of the burning questions that we were getting to, again and again in the show, after we unfortunately had Dean Weiler from the Harvard Focus Group School on the show, people were wondering what are Harvard students' favorite songs. So, of course, Brown students, they're very up to speed on the best music, especially
Eclectic and thoughtful,
especially
diverse.
in fact the only ones who are in on it are the listeners of BSR, but fortunately that makes up about 90.
It's true.
The other 2% listen to whatever lies and
The unfortunate, they
nonsense,
bought into the biggest lie, frankly,
the WBR.
of American history.
But anyways, so we went to Harvard to figure out what Harvard students' favorite music was, and we even got video proof video interviews with several randomly sampled. We do have background in statistics.
We do.
Beautifully sampled. Representative sample of Harvard students to figure out what their favorite song was. The results will shock you.
Can we roll those videos?
Yeah,
let's roll those videos
roll
now.
The video?
We can.
Do those videos.
Look, what they found would
It's shocking.
absolutely shock you.
Just some absolute dunces at that institution. I mean, you would ask them like, "Oh, what is after Brown students?" We'd say, "What is your favorite song?" And God, I mean, so profound and thoughtful. And then these Harvardians, they would just say, "Imagine Dragons." It was a lot of Imagine Dragons.
Believer,
radioactive.
Demons. These people love Imagine Dragons, and what do we make of that? What do we make of
What does it all mean?
Harvard students' love of Imagine Dragons? Well, you don't have to look far. You can just listen. You can tune in to WBRU at any time during the day, and when they're not spreading complete nonsense, lamestream media lies, things that they want you to think, they're playing Imagine Dragons. They're playing Thunder and Believer, and we don't stand for this.
No.
At BSR, we don't stand for any.
We
of this.
really,
we like
really like
John Coltrane.
all of the indigenous Italians like Bach and John Coltrane.
Mozart, even famous indigenous Italian.
Famous indigenous Italian.
Look, we knew that Harvard students were uncultured, but what we didn't know was that they got all their music recommendations from the WBRU, and this was profoundly concerning, right? And so we were prepared, actually, to release the files, release the videos.
Release the files.
We were prepared to do that, on air, on Instagram, and we were gonna drop it. We were gonna show the whole world what the music taste of Harvard students was like. But the morning that I went to go and release the footage, I was caught aback when I went into my living room, and underneath the lamp in my living room was actually a pink bow tie, and well, we all know what this means. And at this point, I went to my computer and the files were gone. The files were corrupted, gone, disappeared without a trace, and there was like 2 videos left, and they had been digitally altered with AI slop to feature numerous prohibited items that we'd be unable to show the general public. And so as a result of this digital editing of these videos and the corruption of the rest of the videos, we were unable to provide the people with the video proof that they want about Harvard students' favorite music. And it's no shock why this happened, okay? It's no shock. The WBRU, right, to protect their nefarious taking over of the weather machine, the breaking up of Sirius Goose, or the replacement of the College Hill Turkey
And by the way,
with the CCP operative.
Maybe Canvas being down? Was that the WBRU? We'll investigate that.
This is something we'll investigate for next week. Not to jump to any conclusions, we haven't done proper investigative journalism yet, but at this point, after the College Turkey incident, the weather machine incident, and the Sirius Goose incident, I think we have no choice to believe, but Canvas was shut down by the conniving WBRU
Evil
operatives.
Yeah. WBRU.
Oh, goodness.
That's so disappointing to hear. Well, rapid fire. Will you give us 5 music recs?
All right. Money Machine by 100 Gex.
Obamatron by NBA Obama.
Yes. Ringtone by 100 Gex. That's a good one.
I'd go Daydream by Duke Ellington and Billy Strayhorn.
That's a good one.
That's good.
That's a good one. Frog on the Floor.
Frog on the Floor
by 100 Gex.
Have you mentioned Hand Crushed by Mallet by 100 Gex?
Oh, that's a good one. Hand Crushed by a Mallet, 100 Gex.
100 Gex.
There's Dumbest Girl Alive.
Dumbest Girl Alive.
By 100 Gex. That's a good one.
Doritos and Fritos.
Doritos and Fritos.
100 Gex.
Yeah, that's a good one.
100 Gex.
Yeah. Esquire, the Lil Pump.
Little
Shout
Pump's
out
right
the
there.
indigenous Italian artists who play a huge role on our show. Shout out Lil Pump. Shout out all the indigenous Italian artists.
You know, listening to the music that he was dropping in 2017, I just gotta say, man, does that stand the test of time?
It really does.
You really could tell that he was being quite thoughtful in those lyrics. I mean, his lyricism was just. I mean, he may
Can you
well
sing us
be-
an example? Can you sing us an example?
Oh well, I wouldn't want to butcher it. I mean, he has such a great cadence,
Yes.
direction toward his rapping, his singing.
Gucci Gang,
if you will.
Gucci Gang, Gucci Gang. What do we make of the Gucci Gang? Is it a criminal organization? Is it a stylish organization?
Is it a group of fashionistas?
Yes, it could be.
Could be.
It could be. Regardless,
What do they want from us?
the great indigenous Italian artists like Lil Pump, they really make you think. They really make you, contemplate the depth and brilliance of the lyricism.
Yeah, definitely. Well, finally, if you could describe your show in 3 words, what 3 words would you choose?
Yes. The hits, the questions, journalism.
6 words. Perfect.
I was 5 actually. Pretty sure that was 5.
They want you to think it's 6.
Still not 3, but perfect. Do you guys have any last things you guys want to share with the world? Plug anything.
I mean,
Within
maybe
reason.
just that what we're doing is remarkably cutting edge, and that, quite frankly, you'd be a fool not to listen. But you know, if your mind is corrupted by the WBRU and that one-legged pigeon, you may not feel so inclined to listen in. But I would suggest
Opening your third eye.
opening your third eye. We are really just a great, a democratic tool in these times where the WBRU, they really don't want.
They've let you down.
They let you down.
They're in collusion.
They don't want you thinking for
The
yourself.
CCP's interests are of more concern to the WBRU than your true interest, the interests of your heart. So definitely, if there's anything we want to plug, it's to open your third eye and tune in to Third and 18, the radio show formerly known as Second and 14.
What was that, Coach? What was it?
It's Third and 18,
The
the radio show formerly known as Second and 14 on BSR. We go live Sunday night / Monday morning at 12 a.m. on
12 a.m.
on Mondays. So
On Mondays.
first thing of the week, start your week off right with
Some
the greatest-
investigative journalism.
the
some
greatest hits.
Greatest hits.
And of course, we answer your
burning
burning
your questions. I mean,
questions.
come on, you know this
Can't
by
forget-
now.
You can't forget.
You already know this.
You already know.
Come on.
You already know.
Perfect. Do you want to say bye to the camera?
Goodbye. Open your third eye.